sober.
Lightning strikes before thunder arrives. You're gonna fall.
You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall into my arms. You're gonna fall. I'll be the one, knock your head over heels and heels over heart. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. When the rooster crows, that old boy already knows you're gonna fall.
When the shadows climb, you'll already be mine. You're gonna fall.
You bolt the lock on your heart, but it's in vain now. I'll scale the walls you put up to keep the pain out.
White flag high and kiss your ass goodbye. You're gonna fall.
You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall into my arms. You're gonna fall. I'll be the one, knock your head over heels and heels over heart. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall into my arms. You're gonna fall. I'll be the one, knock your head over heels and heels over heart. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
KRCL, Salt Lake City.
Original music for the RadioActive theme song was produced by the Spy Hop Audio Apprentices.
I think a lot of people are recognizing that in this status quo right now that the common person is being disregarded.
If we're not talking to each other, if we're not finding the common ground in a peaceful way, everybody loses.
We're about it being introspective people and evolving together.
Because at the root, if we can recenter people in community, these problems aren't that complex to solve.
It's in finding that courage that you see that your little action goes such a long way to show others that we're human beings.
Every single person matters on this planet.
We absolutely have the right to speak about what's happening in this country.
And this is RadioActive, a show for grassroots activists, community builders, punk rock farmers, DIY makers, and musicians everywhere. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to everyone who stepped up with the pledge and did their part to keep this station strong. We're cruising on towards 50 years. It's not too late. If you missed out, or maybe you were on break last week, you can still donate. It's not too late. It's never too late to help out. There's lots going on, and we've got a big show here tonight. So Laura Jones, Val MC,
Yes.
hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'd just like to throw in my 2 cents worth for a thank you, because we've been doing these challenge matches for good,
Yes.
where we partner with another nonprofit in our community and show how it all works together. We have, in no small part, founded to amplify the work of nonprofits, be they, civic good or arts, music, etc. And so thank you so much. And Wednesday, we had Wasatch Adaptive Sports, right?
Yes,
and
yes, Wasatch Adaptive
together, we raised almost $1,800 that hour. And folks, if you would like to still donate, you can. You can go hit the link for the challenge matches for good and help them get more, even more of a challenge grant, right?
Not too late to help out and get a nice warm hoodie. You're wearing yours. So,
yes, I am. I've got a hoodie. I got the 420 hoodie.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you to everyone who stepped up. That's what keeps us strong. It's what keeps community radio strong. We're not NPR, but nonetheless, we did lose some federal funding, and you all are helping make up for that gap. But on the show tonight, we're going to be talking about Just Add Water, this world premiere play. I had a chance to read it. It's like funny, it's smart, it has a message. The Great Salt Lake, I think, does karaoke at a bar downtown.
Oh, that's
kind of
great.
cool. We've got a brine fly buddy. We've got a reporter. And all this is staged at the Plan B Theater. So what a creative enterprise.
World premiere.
World premiere. So we've got the playwrights joining us. And San Arte is this weekend at the Sorensen Multicultural Center. They're going to be performing live on the show. We'll bring them on in just a second. That's pretty exciting. Local Bomba artists joining them in studio tonight. And then later on the show, I would like to introduce this with a bit of levity, but I can't really, and that is Dr. Eddie Holloway will be here. He's a pediatric resident up at the University of Utah, lifelong Utahn, and we're going to be talking about kids and vaccines and what's going on with this Make America Healthy and all the RX disinformation that's out there. So Dr. Holloway will help us put some right answers together.
And Val, we have another edition of Take a Hike. What are we talking about tonight?
So for Take a Hike with Ashley Brown, it's part of the Get to the River Fest as they're wrapping up in September. And they're going to be walking along the Jordan River, but I think they're going to be connecting with a part, not being from Utah. I think this is super interesting. There's the Nature Conservancy, I believe.
Nature Conservancy.
And it's not always open, though, and accessible. So for this particular hike, they're going to let you know how you can sign up for it and go.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have links in the show notes to everything we talk about, folks. So make sure you do check it out at krcl.org. Streaming worldwide at krcl.org. Let's do some rallies and resources you want folks to know about.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Gosh, folks might want to get tickets early. The Save Our Canyons Pray for Snow Party. They're going to have live music at the Urban Lounge. That's on the 18th, coming up in October. Doors at 6 o'clock. Go to their website. You can find out all about it. But up where I live, a lot of people are getting mighty excited about snow.
Are they?
It's partly maybe because we've had this massive drought. So it would be really nice to have some snow. But the ski crowd, they get excited whether there's snow or not. They just get all worked up. So Save Our Canyons is getting in on that down here in the valley. Pray for Snow Party, October 18th.
I was just thinking, you said Park City, snow. Didn't somebody else just unionize up there? Is it the ski patrol?
The summer workers.
The summer workers just
all unionized. So the summer folks who maintain the trails for the mountain bikes and do all that kind of stuff, they are now unionized also, which is pretty cool.
Park City becoming a union town.
Kind of cool.
Woohoo! All right, what do you have there, Val?
So one that I have is an upcoming community spirit walk and protest that's going to be happening Saturday, October 4th at 11 a.m. And that's going to be happening in White Mesa. And part of this walk, Laura and Nick, is to raise awareness about uranium mining and to protect the people, the environment, and public health. So you can learn more about that by going to actually the Living the Circle of Life Facebook page.
I like that. They were supposed to have an event at the Capitol, but it got canceled, I understand.
I'm not quite sure about that part, but I was going to plug it that Dave and Leah are going to be broadcasting as well, just kind of dovetailing that on Sunday from the Urban Indian Center.
And you're welcome to join.
Yes, 7 to 10.
7 to 10. Where's the Urban Indian Center? It's on 13th South. Kitty corner almost from the ballpark.
Yes.
And Lucky 13 is right across the street. That's how I identify it. Hey, this Friday and Saturday, it is the Fall Bulb and Native Plant Sale up at Red Butte Garden. So these are plants that are they do well in our climate, and they've been growing them, so they're good to go into your landscape right away. And then also on Saturday, it's the Center Street Giant Pumpkin Festival on historic Center Street in Logan. You might want to check that out. Nick, do you have anything before we go across the hall?
No, I think we should hear some music and start the show with a song, because I've been dancing around and they've been dancing around in there, so let's jump in.
It. Let's go across the hall to the big room where Sullivan Pechenpeng and Val MC have been setting up our guests from Bomba Marile, and joining us as our guide is Miriam Padilla Vargas. Hey, Miriam, welcome back.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Tell us what's going on this weekend, and then we're going to get to a song with your guests.
Yes, definitely. So we have two visiting artists straight from Puerto Rico. It's Victor Vélez and Janira Roman, and they have a group called Sanarte Cultura, and they focus a lot on the mental health and well-being through music and dance, and how we reach kind of self-awareness and health through music. And we have a whole weekend set up of free workshops for everyone in the community to come out at the Sorensen Unity Center. So Friday from 5:30 to 7:30, there's a dance and percussion workshop. And then on Saturday from 12 to 2, we're going to do meditation with Bomba and like why certain movements call to you. From 3 to 5, we're going to have a plena workshop, which is a different style of music from Puerto Rico. And then from 5:30 to 7, we'll have live music, bomba and plena, where people are invited to dance and sing with us and just have lots of fun. And everything is free all weekend long, so there's no excuse not to come.
Wow,
Nice.
you still had grants that were good.
Yes. Yes, I work very hard to get grants.
Oh, good, good, good. And Bomba Marile is really a passion project for you.
Yeah, Bomba Marile was started in 2017. We're a nonprofit organization, and we do lots of free events for the community and bring instructors from Puerto Rico and other places, really to share our bomba music that's been around 500 years in Puerto Rico. And this is music of resistance and of power. And so we're really grateful to bring it and share it with the community.
So, Nick, I was talking to Miriam before, and she introduced me to Victor and Janita. And Janita's got some expertise other than music and dance, right?
Yes, I do. Hi. How are you?
Give us a little bit of your origin story, Janita.
Well, I was born and raised in New York. I got my bachelor's from CW Post University. So I'm a clinical social worker, master's from Stony Brook University, also in social work, PhD in clinical social work from the Institute for Clinical Social Work in Chicago. And so I've been working with the veteran population actually for the past 13 years. I'm a trauma expert. I do EMDR, PE, hypnosis, the works.
All the stuff.
All the great stuff.
Yeah. Well, and the music and dance, the movement, I've been trying to find, and I think I found a dance church class on Sundays.
Oh, nice.
But it can be so freeing, right?
Absolutely. And so I've been dancing since I was 13. I started with other genres of music. In the past 8 years, I've dedicated myself to learn bomba, came back to Puerto Rico, and I said, what am I going to do now with my time? I want to go back to dance. And so one of the things that I discovered in the process of me learning is that communication between the dancer and the drummer becomes your narrative and becomes your story. And it is so important when we are utilizing any technique in trauma processing that we give people empowerment. And what a better way to do it than you finding your voice. And so when we talk about trauma processing, it can be really difficult for you to express what you feel through words. So why not do it in movement? It's less intrusive and it gives people an opportunity to channel energy. Aside from the fact that it's great for your brain. So you activate happy chemicals, as we call happy chemicals. And during that moment that you're expressing yourself, that you're also entering in this process of mind, body, and spirit, you're processing what you need to let go. And in addition to that, you provide a narrative of your story. And this is what Puerto Rican people are about. We provide storytelling through our music, and we're not doing it through mental health. So I am so happy to be able to be in Utah. I'm so happy. Thank you, Miriam, for having us, Bomba Marile. And we're here to just continue community and continues to just grow.
All right, Val, you were setting up because we now live stream
Yes, we do.
our performers. So, folks, if you go to the YouTube channel, it's up there right now.
At KRCL Radio.
And it will also archive later. But you can see, as well as hear, the story, the song, the dance. What are we going to hear first?
We're going to hear a song called Cuando no te ve Dolores, which is actually written by Victor Vélez. And we're going to have Liliana dancing. So those who are watching on YouTube will get to see her dance as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, Nick, this is Bomba Marile on.
Take it away on KRCL.
Cuando no te ven, Dolores, cuando no te ven, que mis ojos lloran, Dolores, cuando no te ven. Cuando no te ven, Dolores, cuando no te ven, cuando no te ven, que mis ojos lloran, Dolores, cuando no te ven. Ay, que el domingo fui pa' la bomba en la casa de Miguel, pero llegué tarde, mi negra, y no te pude ver. Cuando no te
Very good.
Bomba
Yes.
Marile. Thank you, folks. They'll be back at least twice more before the end of the show, Nick Burns.
Yeah, and Victor Velez, welcome to you. You're also a visiting artist from Puerto Rico. Tell us about yourself and how you got involved. I have to trade around mics out there.
That's okay. We can also ask before the next song. So let's move on to our next conversation, Nick.
Playwrights Matthew, Ivan Bennett, Elaine Jarvik, welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
And you've both been on the show many times with previous works. Matthew, I know you were the playwright in residence at Plan B many, many years ago. Elaine, you were up for a National Playwrights Award some years back, a finalist. So now you've collaborated on this new play, Just Add Water, going to be running at Plan B, opens on October 2nd. But I guess my first question, and I want to throw it to each of you, but I'll start with you, Elaine, collaborating and writing with someone else, two people writing together, what's that like? I'm sure it's new and different.
It's something I struggle with, but Matt is very easy to work with. First of all,
very easy to work
well, I really admire this man. He's brilliant, and so I think no matter what he would write, I would say that's great. Although sometimes I had to say you could write a little less, maybe.
Fewer words. So you said Matthew's easy to work with. What makes him easy?
Well, first of all, he's just so smart.
Okay.
And I just respect him so much. I guess I would, whatever he said, I would agree with. Maybe that's it.
Like minds. And Matthew, what about for you to write have a co-writer?
Well, I wanted Elaine on the project because of her background in journalism and because I think we share a sense of humor.
There is humor in this play. I will admit that. Did you have to come to blows or anything over like what's funny and what's not funny?
I guess not. We have the same sense
You're
of
here.
humor. But it's not a very funny topic necessarily, the death of the Great Salt Lake.
Right.
But we didn't want to be totally downers about it.
We threw out a lot of stuff, I think, without ego, probably at least 20 pages worth of stuff. Some of it funny, and some of it we loved, and some of it that was probably a little too critical of our lawmakers.
Well, there is a representative. There is an actor playing a representative in the play, and I'm not sure he's the most flattering portrait of anyone who shows up in the play.
It's a compilation, though, right?
Right.
It's no one particular
that's
person.
what you get.
And it was a lot snarkier at one point.
It was.
Does he complain about Thaler-Opes dancing at their meetings, and he doesn't like that?
No, it's a bit.
Oh, that was true.
Bit
I'm sorry.
two-faced, maybe.
That really happened.
I don't want to go there.
Okay.
But still, there's a lot of fun in this play. There's a message in this play, and I want to ask a little bit about. There's a lot of characters, but I'm thinking there's not that many actors at Plan B. So were you all involved in how they actually put this together and put it on in a black box theater?
Well, we knew that we wanted doubling early on.
Okay.
And we wrote it according to this loose aesthetic we're calling big cheap theater. And so, we wanted people to come and to see through the artifice and to see actors taking on 10 roles in 90 minutes.
Well, if you're making it that sort of performative, how's that tie in with the subject matter of saving the lake? You know, if you want folks to obviously realize it's a play and actor A is doing B, C, D roles, you're breaking down that fourth wall in a way. How's that fit the subject matter of saving our lake, do you think?
Well, I'm just thinking of also the props on so Big Cheap Theater is also, there are a lot of props on the shoreline of the Great Salt Lake. It's a beautiful set. Beautiful, and also there's a lot of junk. And the junk become parts of the play.
Just like
creative.
The shoreline itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean,
well, it's a big subject. It's what you might call a hyper object, like climate change. And so we needed that many characters in such a short time in order to really cover the whole subject, to give people a taste of all perspectives involved, and to invite people in, both intellectually and emotionally, to the issue.
Oh, thank you. And that makes sense, right? Because you do come at this issue of the lake from multiple perspectives. You know, Elaine, there's someone who is a journalist who's in the play, one of the major characters. And then there are other folks, as we mentioned, a representative. There's a farmer, a cab driver. It goes on, and you sort of give these different takes as this character who is the lake, Her Majesty, if I may, as she wanders around Salt Lake, drops in on bars. I'm curious about this sort of traveling format. The lake sort of gets up and, has a little mini road trip around the city.
A lot of that was Elaine's idea.
Well, it's always fun to do a hero's journey. That's
Okay.
kind of a simple way to write a play, but it does involve you with this one person's journey, and the perfect person or entity is the lake herself.
And I was on board. I was on board early. If you're in theater and you study theater, you often begin with Greek theater, in which the gods are characters, and there's not a god in our play, but there is a nature spirit.
And you've got a chorus too. You got multiple chorus too.
Yes,
Very
and
Greek
a chorus.
theater.
Yeah, and she's called into human form by the mountains.
Yeah. I mean, lots of fun. And of course, the hero on the hero's journey, or her journey in this case, has a sidekick, which just happens to be a brine fly.
Brine shrimp.
Brine shrimp. Thank you.
Yes.
Correcting me.
Well, there is a brine fly.
Yeah, we got that too. But yeah, brine shrimp sidekick.
Yes.
Who helps the lake get around town, I think.
Yeah, so in the spirit of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, there's Dorothy and her people.
Her entourage.
Entourage, and so it's a journalist and...
Or Gilgamesh and Enkidu.
Yes.
Let's elevate that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, it's really interesting because I think that's where artists have had a lot of impact locally to get the attention and add the pressure on lawmakers to do something, and that is by embodying the lake in different artistic forms, whether it's giant puppets, whether it's the waves, walking the waves, all of that. So are you going to do a special night for lawmakers?
Well, we do wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope to get them there.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the information online, but apparently the governor had a press conference about the Great Salt Lake this afternoon, Nick.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, so
I missed
I'll
it
look
too.
that up. I'll
Tell
look
us,
that
tell
up.
us.
Yeah, as soon as I find it.
Well, the lake certainly needs our help, and art seems to be a way that our community has really come together, whether it's been the billboards downtown or live dancers out on the shores of the lake, and your play is certainly part of that. But before we let you go and tell folks how to get tickets, and we'll put all that in the show notes as well, but Elaine, there's also, would it be fair to say, a child's version of this play that you've done?
It's a completely different play, but it is for K through 3. It's being taken to, I think, 100 elementary schools eventually during this school year. And it features a flamingo, sort of like...
The lake being embodied?
No, but it's our famous flamingo.
Oh, Floyd. Yeah.
Floyd, yeah.
From the 1980s and 90s. So he's sort of it's a trope of like the stranger comes to town and has to learn some stuff, and a seagull is explaining not only what's happening to the lake, but her deep worry about it.
So
But it's for K through 3. So
ebb and flow.
Ebb and flow.
Which one's ebb? Which one's flow? I take it flow's the flamingo.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, I just found the headline here on KSL and published in partnership with the Great Salt Lake Collaborative, of course. So Utah Governor Spencer Cox announced Great Salt Lake 2034, a public-private initiative for the lake, including a $200 million donation pledge with Ducks Unlimited committing half. And of course, the lake's levels are critically low, posing risks to mineral production, air quality, public health.
2034, kind of in time
the
for
Olympics?
the Olympics.
Let's clean it up.
Once again.
Didn't the Chinese shut down all of their coal plants during the Olympics?
Yeah,
so
and
look
moved
good.
all the homeless people
They
out,
did.
and yeah, they
did.
could do that. But here we have this particular play, Just Add Water. How long did it take you to collaborate and write this?
We started over a year ago. I think
Wow.
in February of 2024 is when we first met. We went to the production of Ocean Filibuster at Kingsbury Hall by Lisa D'Amour, which is another surrealist activist play. And we've been working on it together ever since.
And your first time for both of you to collaborate and co-write?
Yes.
On a play,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I've never co-written a play.
No.
Would you do it again?
I have written one with my daughter.
Okay.
But never with another. I can't say this with another real playwright. I'm sorry, Kate. I didn't mean that.
Your daughter's listening right now.
I think we understood what you meant.
We understood.
A non-family member.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Huh.
So what are y'all working on next? Individually, together? You got some good stuff coming?
I'm writing a play with my daughter.
Yay.
A different play with my daughter.
What's that about?
A caterpillar.
A caterpillar like that?
A deadly caterpillar.
Deadly.
Ooh.
And some venom, not just that from the caterpillar, but humans.
I like
venoming
it.
together.
That sounds good.
I'm going to be acting in Tiny Beautiful Things at Pygmalion in November, and then I'm going to be acting in Elaine's play Sunny in the Dark at Salt Lake Acting Company in February.
Oh my gosh!
Is that
so much
new
good
for you
stuff.
to be on stage?
No.
No?
No. I started as an actor, and then I pulled back for a while, and I've gone back to it in the last 3 years.
Well, we have details on the webpage, Nick, in the show notes tonight. And let's see, Just Add Water, October 2nd through the 19th. You got some more info there, Nick?
Yeah, if folks are interested, go to the Plan B website, and there is an entire study guide on the play there for adults. You can check out, there's a glossary of terms, information at the lake, and some other friends of the show are mentioned there and quoted as well, like Bonnie Baxter from Westminster and so on. So if you're interested in the play, I'd encourage you to check out this study guide at the same time. But the play is a lot of fun. It gets serious. I mean, the lake is dying. And there's also, I guess I would leave you with this notion between the two arms of the lake. They sort of meet, and it isn't, I guess, so copacetic here for a little bit when the North and the South meet.
Is that the cli-fi? Is that the dystopian post-apocalyptic portion of the play?
Yeah. So, gosh, a lot of people say the North Arm can't be saved, and I didn't accept that, so I had to write a scene about it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful scene.
To honor her, if nothing else.
No, it's very nice, and that is the fear of many of us, is that the legislature will somehow think if we sacrifice the North Arm, we can save the South Arm. And I think if you kill one, you'll kill them both. But that's me. So Just Add Water is the play. Get your tickets at Plan B. It opens on the 2nd. Thank you so much to both of you.
Thank you.
Come back
Thank
with
you.
the play with your daughter. Bring your daughter back.
Okay.
And Matthew, come and act a scene at some point.
Oh, I absolutely will.
Thank you so much. Check tonight's show notes for a link for tickets. Still to come, more Bomba Marile. But Nick, let's take a hike, shall we?
Yes, please.
All right.
I'm local hiking expert Ashley Brown, empowering you to take a hike. And today we are talking with a friend, Andrea Nelson of the Nature Conservancy of Utah. Thank you so much for joining us, Andrea.
Thank you for having me, Ashley.
Can you give us a little bit of background information about your role with the Nature Conservancy? What do you do with the organization?
So I am the Community Engagement Manager for the Nature Conservancy in Utah, and I work on our volunteer outreach and educational projects. So I get to do a whole lot of fun stuff with our local community.
That's awesome. And as I understand, some of your educational projects include field trips. Is that right? And have those started already this year?
They haven't started quite yet. They will start next week. We have over 1,500 students signed up to do a hands-on, in-person field trip at the Great Salt Lake Shorelands Preserve and the USU Botanical Center in Kaysville. So this is a field trip where they get to walk on the boardwalk at our preserve. There's a 1 mile boardwalk that they can visit, and then make observations, check out the wetlands, check out the plants, look at any birds that may fly through. So we're about ready for that to start happening next week.
Awesome. So field trips start at the beginning of September, and do they run all through the school year?
No, they don't actually. We limit them because of the weather. We do September and October and April and May. That's when we really can have a rich, experience with the wetlands outside. Although it's great to visit outside year round, of course.
Well, absolutely. And how about the Nature Conservancy? Can you give us a little bit of information about the mission of the organization? What are they all about?
Yeah, so the Nature Conservancy is an environmental nonprofit, and we work globally on issues like climate change, but we also work locally on local places and issues like Great Salt Lake. And our mission is to protect the land and water that people and wildlife depend on. So we know that the health of us as people is dependent on the health of nature around us. And so we work on issues related to that.
That's wonderful. And what are some of the ways Utahns can engage with the Nature Conservancy? Because I understand that it's a nationwide organization and there's the Nature Conservancy of Utah. So this is the Utah chapter. Right. What are some ways that people who live in Utah can get involved or participate in Nature Conservancy events or outreach programs?
The Nature Conservancy in Utah has 4 public preserves that folks can visit. There's one at Great Salt Lake, 2 close to St. George, and 1 in Moab. The one at Great Salt Lake is called the Great Salt Lake Shorelands Preserve, and that is probably the one that is most visited. It's a wonderful place and really easy access, stroller friendly, wheelchair friendly. And we also do these Wings and Water field trips, and we also try to get an idea through outreach of what Utahns value when it comes to caring for the environment and work on those issues. So we do work a lot on Great Salt Lake and making sure that there's water in Great Salt Lake and that there are ways that everyone can get engaged to help protect it.
Well, and there's an event coming up that we're hosting together, and it's a way that Utahns can engage with the Legacy Nature Preserve. So this is an event that is a collaboration between Get to the River Festival, Urban Trails Salt Lake City, and myself as the author of Urban Trails Salt Lake City, the Nature Conservancy, and Utah's Every Kid Outdoors. So it's a big collaborative event. It's on September 29th from 6:30 to 8 p.m., and the Legacy Nature Preserve is normally closed to the public. What makes this area so ecologically special?
So the Legacy Nature Preserve is just one part of this very complex Great Salt Lake watershed that, is along the Wasatch Front here that we live along. And in the Great Salt Lake or around the Great Salt Lake habitat, there's around 350 species, over 10 million individual birds that visit or live year-round in the Great Salt Lake system. And at Legacy Nature Preserve, it's the land there is this wonderful tapestry. There's just a diverse assortment of habitats and environments at Legacy. There's the open water of the Jordan River. There's the Riparian River corridor. There's the drier upland areas. There's ponds of differing depths. And so what this place is like sort of an assortment or grab bag of all these different environments, which allows different species to survive and thrive and use it as a stopping point or a year-long habitat.
Well, and it's...
Oh, no, I should mention the other thing is that it's home to one of the only bald eagle nests along the Wasatch Front in northern Utah. So there aren't very many, and one of them, and it's a very successful nest that has been going for over 20 years. There's a nest of bald eagles that lives there at Legacy.
That's amazing. And Legacy Nature Preserve is not normally open to the public. So what are some spaces where people can visit that are around that area?
Yeah, so with our event, you're welcome to take a guided tour of the Legacy Nature Preserve. But if you'd like to visit on your own, there's a trail that runs all along the east side of Legacy Nature Preserve. And there's also a park at the 500 South exit off of Legacy Highway in Bountiful, where you can walk part of the preserve there and kind of look out over the preserve. It's a great place for sunsets.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing, because our featured hike is on September 29th. It is our Get to the River Nature Conservancy Urban Trails Salt Lake City Every Kid Outdoors collaboration. It's 6:30 to 8:30, and we are going to have an opportunity to learn from Andrea. You'll be there. You'll be sharing some information as a naturalist, and I'd love to ask you, What are some of the flora and fauna? And obviously, hopefully, we'll see the eagles. We'll at least see the eagle nest. But what do you hope to see during this event?
Yeah, so as far as flora, the leaves are changing. It's fall. It's so great to be outside during this time of year when temperatures are a little cooler. And for the fauna, for the birds, we are in fall migration. It is currently happening. And so that means that we could see any number of the 350 different species that make their way through the Great Salt Lake system. I'm hoping to see some different songbirds, like some warblers and things like that. I'd also like to see some shorebirds like white-faced ibis. If we get to see the eagles, that would be really special and wonderful. I also love to look for American kestrels and pelicans while I'm at Legacy. So there's all sorts of different birds that we could see, and it's really fun to explore.
Well,
and look for species.
I'm really looking forward to taking the walk with you, Andrea, and I certainly hope that people will sign up. This is, of course, a free event, and you can get more information at jordanrivercommission.gov/Get-to-the-River-Festival. Again, it's on September 29th. You can register for free. We'll have some Every Kid Outdoor information, and we'll have the naturalist, Andrea, there to give us some great information about the space. And go to tonight's show notes, where we'll have all the information we discussed via a link. I am Ashley Brown with RadioActive, chatting with friend Andrea Nelson from the Nature Conservancy of Utah, encouraging you to get into nature and take a hike.
Take a hike.
Yes, so nice to hear that. The Nature Conservancy. Ashley does a great job each week. And again, if you want to get out for a hike, this is absolutely beautiful fall weather. Touch of frost up where I lived 2 nights ago. Not sure about last night, but great time to get out. I was out for a walk this morning, so get out there if you can. It's a great time. We're going to have some more music. We should go back to
Bomba Marile. Thank you to Griffin and Sullivan and Val for setting up all the sound and streaming live on our YouTube channel. But we wanted to find out a bit more about some of our visiting artists.
Yeah, Victor Velez, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And you're also with Sanarte. You're from Puerto Rico, so tell me how you got involved. You're one of the drummers we're hearing tonight.
Well, I've been actually doing bomba and plena for the last 47 years.
Wow.
Approximately. And I'm actually, I've been the lead vocalist for this group called Plena Libre in Puerto Rico. We've actually been here in Salt Lake City to perform also. 4-time Grammy nominee.
Woo!
Nice.
We got some royalty, it sounds like, across the hall.
And, my wife, Janera, is... we came up with the idea of trying to actually do this mental health thing using bomba, and it actually worked. So that's why we're here.
Oh, it's a family affair, too.
Yes.
All right. So this is all coming up, Miriam, again, Friday and Saturday. Sorensen Multicultural Center and Unity Fitness Center is where these events are taking place. And you have lots of community support from ZAP to Salt Lake City Arts Council, National Folk Life Network, Sorensen Community Center, National Endowment for the Arts, and on and on and on to make it accessible to those who want to come and check it out. Do you need to reserve a seat, Marian?
No, it's open to everyone. Anyone can come. You can come to one of the workshops, all of the workshops. You can come just to watch. We try to make it all accessible for people that want to participate in different ways. We have different instruments that you can use, not just the drum. You can use maraca. You can sing. So everyone is welcome. All ages are welcome. This is a family community event, really, to create connectedness and unity.
Oh, thank you very much. Let's hear some music. What's next?
We're going to do a song called Ahí, Ahí, Dale Golpe in holandés, which is the rhythm. And this is another song that Victor Velez has written for us.
Okay, great. Right here on KRCL.
Ay, ay, dale golpe y dale el golpe. Pa' que baile, dale el golpe. Dale el golpe. Pa' que baile, dale el golpe. Pide, dale el golpe. sube, sube, dale el golpe. Ay, que la bomba, dale el golpe. Dale, dale el golpe. Ay, si te pide, dale el golpe. Ay, sube, sube, dale el golpe. Dale, dale el golpe. Que ella baila, dale el golpe. Si te pide, dale el golpe. Si te atreve, dale el golpe. Ay, Omar, sube, dale el golpe. Ay, Bomba Marile, dale el golpe. Dale, dale el golpe. Ay, sube, sube, dale el golpe. Ay, que la bomba, dale el golpe. Ay, dale el golpe, dale el golpe. Que la bomba, dale el golpe. Ay, sube, sube, dale el golpe. Si te pide, dale el golpe. Ay, que ella baila, dale el golpe. Ay, si te atreve, dale el golpe. Sube, sube, dale el golpe. Ay, que la bomba, dale el golpe. Ay, dale el golpe. Dale el golpe, dale el golpe. Que la bomba, dale el golpe. Ay, dale el golpe, dale el golpe. ¡Opa! Ay, ay, dale el golpe. Ay, ay, dale el golpe. Ay, ay, dale el golpe. Ay, ay, dale el golpe, dale el golpe, dale el golpe. Ay, pa' que baile, dale el golpe. Omar, sube, dale el golpe. Bomba Marile, dale el golpe. Ay, que la bomba, dale el golpe. Y si te pide, dale el golpe. Dale el golpe, Omar. Dale el golpe. Dale el golpe, dale el golpe. Ah, ay, ay, dale el golpe.
KRCL highlights local nonprofits like Decoding Dyslexia Utah, a grassroots organization addressing dyslexia and limited access and resources impacting Utah public schools. They aim to raise awareness around dyslexia, empower children and their families, and to inform policy impacting Utah education. Information at decodingdyslexiautah.org.
The Downtown Farmers Market features nearly 300 local vendors with produce, grass-fed meats, baked goods, and arts and crafts from Utah. Every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Pioneer Park through October. More info at slcfarmersmarket.org.
We are back on Radioactive. I am Nick Burns. Joining us now, welcome back, Dr. Eddie Holloway. You're a resident, pediatric resident up at the University of Utah. You've been with us before talking about kids, also a member of Black Physicians of Utah.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. There's
thank you.
probably 3 days worth of stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Just with yesterday's news, is it?
Yeah, but where would you like to jump in? There's Tylenol, there's kids' vaccines. Should we jump in with what do you tell moms and dads about vaccinating their kids these days?
Well, I first get into how important it is. You know, I will use one of the perfect examples is this MMR. It covers measles, mumps, rubella. We're seeing a increase in the number of measles cases this year all over the place, and it was considered eradicated.
Yeah.
And I was looking at stats, you know, looking back they really started got going on vaccinations in late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It had peaked in the 90s, in 1990 actually, and there were cases, I think there were almost 28,000 cases in 1 year.
Wow.
If you go through from...
This was nationwide, right?
Nationwide, yeah.
Okay.
Not just not just Utah. But looking through, we did not eclipse more than a few hundred each year from about 1995, when really got going on the vaccinations, all the way through until actually there was a little spike. I think it was 1,200 in 2019, and then 2025 we've seen, I think it's over 1,500, and we're only in September.
Wow.
Measles, it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
And it can be so damaging. We've lost 3 individuals, which that might be a small number to some, but these are individuals, oftentimes kids are affected the most. Unvaccinated, a child loses their life.
Yeah.
That's many years of potential just gone.
Three measles deaths in Utah this year.
Not Utah, nationally.
Nationally, but still there used to be virtually none, and the disease was gone.
Exactly.
And now people are dying.
And this headline in the Trib today, nearly a dozen Utah infants exposed to measles triggering a race for preventative treatment. And as Nick, you were pointing out, preventative treatment is
vaccine.
And that's exactly it. We vaccinate our children. We provide protection. Many individuals, there are a lot of concerns that individuals have for vaccinations. Some are worried about ingredients. You know, there's this talk of mercury. First off, I did some research. There is one of the ingredients. It's like ethyl mercury, or another word is thimerosal.
Yeah.
This is something that is added to prevent the growth of germs such as fungi, bacteria, and it's in such a small amount that it is not harmful. And there have been many research studies done that show there is no association, one, between mercury and any sort of adverse effects such as neurodevelopment delays, including like autism. And everyone really holds on to this research that was done back in 1999.
Oh, that one that's been debunked?
1998.
bogus,
1998. Oh,
yeah,
man,
it was the late 90s, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's been debunked so many times.
But people remember it.
Exactly. And that's what's so frustrating is that, 1998, it showed a link between this, but it was debunked and retracted. They found that they had falsified information. They manipulated the data. They had conflicts of interest. But people still hold on to this.
Well, and celebrities, with the rise of influencer culture and social media, have an outsized influence on folks when they decide not to inoculate their kids, to vaccinate their kids. And so our herd immunity overall, is it falling?
Yes, and that's what happens is people think that herd immunity is better than vaccinations and the immunity that comes from that. And that is also, research has shown that is false. You can get that, but what we do and what vaccines are, when I explain this to parents, I kind of liken it to, we're setting up a defense system, and you have this barrier. You're getting your soldiers ready to battle. What's nice is when we bring in a vaccine, we're giving a small little something to help the body recognize, this is the enemy.
Organize its soldiers
exactly
to go out and fight.
And recognize. That's a huge thing, because no matter what, whenever we get sick, our body will first throw out it's called our innate immune system. And that is just the ability to fight off anything. That's why we get fevers and chill. That is the body's innate response to anything abnormal in the body. But then we develop these antibodies, we develop a adaptive immune system. And so we are out there and our body's recognizing, it looks like this. It's the guy wearing a blue shirt and a red hat. And so if it ever comes back, the body's like,
blue shirt, red
We've
hat.
seen that before.
We've seen that. And it can jump on it so much quicker.
That's why, it's good to let your kids play in the dirt, rather not chew on all the walls with lead paint. But, you got to start building immunity somewhere. My dad, when he was a kid, my grandmother wouldn't put him on the ground.
Yeah.
And the pediatrician's like, that kid needs some germs to fight.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing when parents and kids are coming through? What are you literally seeing, Doc?
Just so much misinformation out there. It is so difficult. We're in a time where social media, just the political difficulties that wins, that's a good way to put it. But all these different things, there's so much information out there. It's really hard to determine what's truth and what is not. And
nobody's saying, Doc Holloway, they have Dr. Google in their pocket when they come and see you.
And that's exactly it. And when you pull something, like when I was doing some research on this, searching, first thing that came up was all that Trump and RFK were talking about.
Neither of who are medical doctors.
They're not. But that's the thing, though. These are individuals of power who people are going to listen to. But the issue that I'm having is that a lot of their information is not backed by science. I love science because it's set in stone, or there is right and wrong. And whereas my English class, if I write a paper, it's very subjective.
Yeah.
This is objective data. We have much research done that has shown vaccines work. Vaccines don't cause autism. Vaccines are safe. And, you know, going into other concerns with that as well, because they talk about, some things that have been said, you know, let's spread out the vaccinations. Let's break up the MMR vaccine to do 3 shots. Kids, we've already shown, and research has shown that kids can handle vaccinations really well. Their bodies are able to take it on without significant issues.
Okay.
And it's actually mind-boggling to see how research and science how far we've come. Because if you look back in the mid-'80s, vaccines protected against about 7 diseases, and there were over 3,000 antigens. And what antigens are, it's kind of that little piece of the body fights. It's that signal that tells the body, hey, this is what you're looking out for. We were getting like, let's just say tiny little 3,000 pieces of that in the course of vaccinations. We've now been able to be so efficient that vaccines, we are able to protect against 15 things that only need 180 antigens. So our parents, or my parents, maybe y'all, received about 16 times as much for about half the number of diseases. So we're seeing we're so much more efficient. And so when individuals tell me, oh, you know, I'm worried about pumping my kid full of vaccinations, I'm worried about giving him too many shots, their bodies we're so much more efficient with our science. Their bodies are able to handle it because they're not getting as much. They may be getting a couple more pokes, but they handle them. And here's what I've learned. The kids' bodies like them, or they can handle them. They don't like them.
Yeah.
Every time I have to order shots when I'm in clinic, you know, because the nurses or the medical assistants will go in, and as soon as they give them kids are wailing.
Yeah.
Why are we going to split them up to give
them
multiple doses?
Just give them more.
Yeah, over a longer period of time. They already don't like going to the doctor because they know they're going to get poked.
Yep.
I love telling the kids that they don't have to get poked on certain appointments, and they just, they love me so much more.
You start with that?
I do start with that, actually. I'm like, no shots today. Don't worry. You're not getting poked. And they just, even teenagers, they have reservations against shots, and they freak out.
They can grow up and become doctors and nurses, right, when you treat them better. Reminds me of the bumper sticker I saw the other day. Vaccines cause adults. I just love that.
That's exactly it.
So a lot of education that you and doctors have to do. There is the herd immunity. I mean, I would feel terrible if my kids got mumps, let's say, and then killed the other second grader because that kid had some immunodeficiency and couldn't be vaccinated. So I get it, but you're fighting this potentially unending battle, right, with Dr. Google.
Yes.
It's a problem.
And
so,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, and I hate to go into another
deadly,
another deadly topic, but acetaminophen and pregnant people, and now that's somehow the boogeyman and going to be terrible. And I'm just thinking, well, how do you know that it wasn't the acetaminophen, but the thing they took the acetaminophen for, if there's even any correlation?
And this is the issue I'm seeing with a lot of this misinformation going out there, because they're basing. This is something I learned in statistics, my first statistics class in my undergrad. Correlation is not causation.
Yes.
And, I just wanted to look up a couple things that I remember from that course. Okay. And, there is a correlation between ice cream. As ice cream consumption increases, drownings increase.
Oh,
so
ban ice cream.
Yeah, should we stop eating ice cream so people stop drowning? No. Do you know why? Can you think of why there would be an increase in drownings as ice cream consumption increases?
No.
Or popsicles even. It's summertime.
It's hot.
It's hot. You're going to eat more popsicles and ice cream. There is more swimming. There's more drownings. And so therefore, so it's what we're seeing now.
Yeah, it's just like there's more suntans. The more people who eat ice cream, the more sunburn there is.
Exactly. Or I saw another one. As organic sales, organic food sales have increased, autism has increased. So are we seeing that autism is caused by organic foods?
Well, and autism existed before Tylenol was on the market, correct?
That is correct. And so, yeah, and that's the thing. It's, when it comes to autism, we have more or better screenings. We have more awareness.
Yeah.
Which is
and there's
led
a
to,
spectrum.
Yes.
Right?
Precisely.
And more people have been getting diagnosed. But I'm kind of curious with the president saying this, with RFK saying this, again, not licensed to practice medicine.
Yes.
What's coming down to you at work? Because if you prescribe Tylenol to a pregnant woman and something goes wrong, that opens you to liability, doesn't it?
It could, yes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I have difficulties with what's going on, because I don't know, because this misinformation is coming from a lot of disproven research.
Yes.
Is it that they're misunderstanding the research? They don't know where to look? Could they just have a different agenda? Could they be lacking brain cells? I don't really know, and I'm not going to share my opinion. It's really up for other individuals to try to figure that out themselves.
Okay.
But the thing is, so I did some research on this Tylenol issue, and there was a study that found a possible link, because what they saw is, and what they did is they took the cord blood, so from the placenta, and they looked at the levels of acetaminophen or Tylenol, which is the brand name, and they saw that when it was higher, there was an increased risk of those kids having autism.
Oh, wow.
But this is where this correlation does not equal causation, because they're also, what they found was so many other things that also increased, and autism increased as well. There was one, prematurity, low birth weight. As being a male increased the risk. Older mothers, they found that these were all possible links as well. And then you also brought up a good point, Nick, that could it be why they're taking the acetaminophen that could be causing more issues?
Well, and the reason you prescribe it, I was reading about this in all the coverage, is fevers are dangerous for the fetus, for the child during a woman's pregnancy.
Correct.
So you want to take something like that to drive the fever down, right?
Well, this is so frustrating to me, because, it's so demoralizing. It's a demoralizing message that we're conveying to women, because many medications that many of us take for granted, when we're in pain, have fevers, headaches, whatever that may be, that allow us relief, are not allowed or approved to be taken during pregnancy. Tylenol is one of the very few.
Yes.
For example, you can't take NSAIDs, which consist of ibuprofen, naproxen, things like that. You can't take that, and there's an increased risk of miscarriage, possible issues with
things that
development.
Are causation and all that is actually approved.
That research has shown. Opioids can lead to significant issues with the baby, and even withdrawals and stuff once they're out of the womb, and
alcohol,
things. Alcohol, So, all these, Tylenol is that one thing.
Yeah.
And to take that away, to tell these women, don't do this, you could cause your kids to have autism, you have to suffer.
Yeah.
When that could lead to significant issues, such as, one, pain, but two, fevers. Yes, fevers can cause a lot of issues with the developing fetus / embryo. And that is not, it's just so wrong. We have research, and there was research, more in-depth research that was done back in 2024 that showed that there was not one did not cause the other.
Yeah.
It was debunked.
Well, here's my question as we wrap up. Is that driving down folks' interest in becoming doctors? You have your, by you, I mean Black Physicians of Utah, your annual Medicine Immersion Day to inspire the next generation of physicians. And I'm guessing this might be a topic.
Yes, it likely will. And this is the 4th annual Medical Immersion Day. It's happening on October 25th. It's from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. over at Altaview Hospital. It's an incredible experience for high school students as well as undergrad students to get to interact with providers, Black providers. They get to experience different things such as learning how to suture and doing stitches. Also, some OB-GYN stuff, like what IUDs look like and how they're placed. Just so many different exposures also the operating room. Just so many really cool things that many individuals don't get a chance to. And those that come from these underserved minority communities don't have the resources or connections to be able to experience. So it's an incredible opportunity that I was, as a med student, able to help out with. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And you can learn more information about it on the website, bpou.org.
Great. We got a link in the show notes, folks.
Wonderful.
Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you.
Thank you
good
so
seeing
much.
You guys.
Do you have your next book done yet?
No, it's in. I have. So yeah, no, it's. I'm hoping to get it done by Mother's Day next year. But there's a lot of life events going on. I just had my third child. So
congratulations!
Thank you. Yes, my cute little Taven.
Yeah.
He's absolutely adorable. He's the shocker of my life because we didn't find out the gender, and I got to deliver him. I was so dead set it was a girl. I knew it was a girl. I came out and looked down. I'm like, oh,
You
boy.
delivered?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly. I had no idea.
There you go.
So,
I
yes.
love it. Well, thank you so
guys.
much. And folks, check tonight's show notes for a link to all we've talked about tonight, with especially with Dr. Holloway and that immersion day. Going back across the hall, we've got Sullivan and Griffin and Valine to thank. And we're going a little over because I got a message from Barbie saying, crash on the freeway. Please play a little longer. So we're going to go one more time to Bomba Marile. Miriam, give us the rundown one more time, and then let's hear one more song.
Yes. So we are going to be doing free workshops all weekend. So Friday, September 26th, 5:30 to 7:30, we'll be having a dance and percussion workshop at the Sorensen Unity Center. And then Saturday, September 27th, from 12 to 2, there'll be a Bomba meditation workshop. 3 to 5, a plena music workshop, which we're going to play a plena song right now. And then 5:37, live bomba and plena music, where everyone is welcome to dance and have fun. And so please come out.
You want to quickly introduce everyone that's there, and then we'll hear your song.
Sure. So we already met Janira and Victor, but we also have Mirza from Carolina, Puerto Rico. We have Liliana from Carolina, Puerto Rico. We have Monse from Mexico City. And we have Omar from Santurce, Puerto Rico, and myself from Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico.
And currently in Salt Lake City.
Yes.
So what's the song we're going to hear?
Victor, we're going to play a plena song that Victor's going to sing for us.
All right.
It's called Mar de Lima.
Mar de Lima, right here on
KRCL.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Ay, mar de Lima, que este mar te la trago. Que en el fondo del mar de Lima está la negrona que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Ay, que unos dicen que a la una y yo le digo falato. Que en el fondo del mar de Lima está la negrona que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Ay, que Caguatela se llama el barco y Caguatela naufragó. Y el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Ay, yo la busqué por Manhattan, por Brooklyn, también el Bronx. Y en el fondo del mar de Lima está la negrona que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Que Caguatela se llama el banco y Caguatela naufragó. Y en el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Con tantas cartas que le escribía, con el cartero se me marchó. Y en el fondo del mar de Lima está la negrona que yo más quiero.
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
Ay, que con dos coros se va mi plena y mi plena terminó. Y en el fondo del mar de Lima está la negrona que quiero yo. ¡Ah!
En el fondo del mar de Lima está la mujer que fondo de Mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo. En el fondo de Mar de Lima está la mujer que quiero yo.
DL, Salt Lake City.